going live without Steve because he's in a food coma, Matt.
In a food coma. It's not even Thanksgiving yet.
Yeah. You know, these people that have to have their 5 Thanksgivings.
That doesn't make sense.
How dare they?
Nobody does that shit.
Yeah.
We're having fajitas for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, I'm with you. I'm completely with you. Yeah. All right. Let me get everything set up for this before we start. Let everybody kind of come in. Post the live link. Hit 17,000 likes on the like page today, Matt.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cruising.
Not bad.
I'm about to hit 5 Gs.
Ooh, look at you go.
Woo.
Nothing like Phil Poland, though.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Just nothing. All right, let's start this thing. If everybody can mute. If I can remember to do my shit.
Once a week, 3 laddies come together from distant lands to talk about Bigfoot, Martians, ghosts, time travel, chupacabras, and the Sweetwater legend.
I think we're all huge fans of the Sweetwater legend.
This is the Fortean Slip with your host, Chris York.
Say no to Quaaludes? Fuck no. Wait a minute. No. Say yes.
Co-host, Steve Alcorn.
Like, take a break, shut my camera off,
Yeah,
grab a sandwich.
And sometimes, special guest, Matt Knapp.
Just
Right into
accept it for what it is and just watch it and enjoy it.
They don't know who you are. They don't know what you want. If you're looking for entertainment, you may have come to the wrong podcast. But what they do have is a very particular set of skills.
There are no cows.
No cows.
No.
No cows were harmed in the making of this incident. We often wish that your relationship went much like that of the praying mantis.
I thought that was a reference to everything being green.
Yeah, sure you did. Carry on, gentlemen. I'm going to do something else for a little while.
Wow, Steve, would you like us to stop the program so you continue to do your shit?
You're about to witness the strength of creep knowledge.
Work. Good evening, and welcome to the Fortean Slip. This is episode 110, Bronx Johnny versus the Megalodon. Welcome to the show, Bronx Johnny from Gas Digital Network, High Society Radio.
Hey, thanks, man. It's pretty fucking dope to be on. Can I curse on this? Or?
Oh, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
All right, appreciate it.
We don't give a shit. We used to have a British guy on this show. He said cunt more than I think Jim Jeffries does.
That's the thing.
It's been a long time. I've been talking to you on Facebook for years, like peripherally, like back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I kind of had been wanting to ask you to come on the show, but didn't want to ask you to come on the show. You know, when you have one of those people, like, have you ever heard that Kevin Smith story where he's like, my daughter goes to school with Johnny Depp's daughter. And I wanted to ask him to be in the movie, but I didn't know how to ask him to be in the movie. That whole thing. But finally, the other day, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, no, man. I'm always with it. Like, you got a show, I'll come on. I don't mind.
Yeah. And Johnny's been on High Society Radio. How many years you guys been doing that now?
Shit, I want to say 15, 16 years probably.
Wow.
I've been toiling at that shit, yeah.
Yeah, because I used to listen to you. Did you intern on Ron and Fez?
Yep, I was an intern.
Yeah, and I used to listen to that back when it was on XM, before Sirius and XM merged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I you used to review porn
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah, it was sex extravaganza, if I'm correct on that.
That was so
Yeah.
awesome.
Shit was dope, man. We
You
used to
got-
get mad free porn, man.
Yeah, I remember you used to say that.
Shit was. I used to just give it out around Christmas time. Hey, who wants to see some tranny porn or whatever? Always a good time.
Jim Norton.
Yeah,
Now you get to work next to Ron, who is one of the funniest motherfuckers on the planet, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
hands down. Yeah, he's it's weird because where I come from, whatever, it's different. But like you meet Ron, like, oh, Ron's a street guy. He's like one of those dudes that'll give you a hug and it's like stab you in the ribs, but you're still laughing at the shit he's telling you.
Yeah,
Don't fuck around either. Ron's a man.
oh god, and he could talking. He could
Yeah.
walk somebody right where he wants.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah, he's,
so many times I'd watch him drag people onto the show and just
Yeah.
get exactly what he wanted out of them. They didn't want to say shit, but by the end they said everything.
No, yeah, he's fucking. He's great at interviews. That doesn't even need to be said, but great at interviews. And he insulted me one time. I didn't get it for 3 months. And I was just walking that shit. Like, hey, wait a minute. He fucking insulted me. I was like, oh shit. That made me feel fucking stupider than I should have been. But he's good, man. Fucking Faz too. Faz was awesome. Great to work with him too. Just
Oh yeah,
the chemistry they had was awesome.
I've missed hearing him on the air. I mean, I get that people get burned out, or I know he had heart problem, or has heart problems.
Yeah.
But I know I listen because I still listen to Jim and Sam religiously in the
Oh.
mornings, and Sam had said that he ran into him somewhere not too long ago, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What's it like to be at fucking Skank Fest, dude?
Man, I went to one. I got so fucked up I haven't gone to the last two. That's that was some shit. Man, it's I think it's the closest you could get to like being in purgatory if purgatory was cool, because there's some hellish shit going on.
Oh
There's
yeah,
a lot of heavenly bodies running around. It's like, whoa.
well,
lot of drugs you never
the last one
tried.
they shoved a gun up friggin' Ari Shafir's ass.
I heard about that.
I was like, what the fuck?
Fucking Lewis and Ralph, they run Gas Digital. They do a wonderful job with that. Lewis is great at booking talent. Like a lot of guys he knows. They even give it up. They be like, yo, if you want a spot, come on out. We try out. You don't pay us, we pay you. It's a fucking wonderful thing. And if you like to get offended and shit, that's not an event for you. And that's why I fucking love it, because it's just awesome. Like the one time I did it, I remember I was there. I don't remember how the fuck I got home or what happened the preceding week. I got really wrecked, but it was a fucking awesome time.
Yeah, I'd love to go just to go.
Yeah.
It's like New York's like a 5-hour drive from me. But yeah, I'd love to go sometime. It sounds like it's a fucking party. And I mean, their show every week, just the Legion of Skank show every week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna
like
actually be on there tomorrow night at
no shit.
Yeah, we're gonna be on there tomorrow night.
Nice.
So I'm keeping busy this week.
Nice. I always check out friggin' that and the bonfire that Big J does.
Yeah, him and Dan Soda fucking killers. Those boys there are fucking great.
Yeah.
Shit,
So
Dave is great too, man.
If you have not checked out the stuff on Gas Digital Network, definitely get on over there. Check out High Society Radio.
Thanks,
check out the Legion of Skanks. I don't know. They have a ton of shit on that.
Yeah,
on
we
that
have a
platform.
bunch of talent on there. It's like a murderer's row of fucking different shows and shit. It's fun.
Yeah. But tonight, and I know you did a little research yourself, Johnny, just for the show.
Yeah.
On the Megalodon.
Yeah, man, that's a bad motherfucker right there. Like a part of me was like, yo, is this shit really real? And then he's like, whoa, it really was.
Yeah, it was a real creature.
Yeah.
There's people out there that think that it's still in the ocean.
Yeah, but the part of the ocean, I'm trying to remember the name. I think it started with a sea. Fuck, I forgot the name. But they said it was too fucking cold for that one to like for Megalodon to live in that kind of water, because the warm blooded, it lived in warm water and shit. But like it was so deep, that's the only place where you could probably fucking find it.
Yeah. And they like there's been all kinds of videos that have come out that have been supposed like could this be or this look at this bite mark on this shark, what could have possibly done that, you know, et cetera, et cetera. There's been all kinds of those videos out there.
I think the best documentary they did on that was that Jason Statham one where he took down a marine biologist in that fucking dome.
Where you just I'll kill that fucking thing.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to karate kick it with that mini sub. I was like, "Come on, man, you gonna let a fucking shark scare you, dude?"
All right, so I knew I was not gonna like The Meg.
Yeah,
going in.
I saw that shit in Spanish. I was out in Ecuador with my wife who went to go see it. She loves them shit. It was funny.
When you were down, where you go? The Dominican?
No, Ecuador.
So that's where you saw it?
Yeah. It's I've seen a lot of Jason Statham movies in Spanish. He's still a hell of an actor. I gotta give him that. I was like, yo, does he do his own fucking voice in Spanish too? Pretty good.
They get some pretty decent people to do that shit.
No, but in the Meg, they had Ruby Rose. I guess because she's a lesbian and that's a Catholic country. They had a dude do a voice. It was fucking weird. It didn't sound like a woman. If it was a woman, hey, bravo. Shit.
But yeah, when I sat down to watch that particular movie, I was just like, "No, I'm not gonna love this."
Yeah.
I just sat down. I'm like, just be stupidly entertained for the night, and I was not, you know, I was not let down. It was a stupid, entertaining movie.
Would you consider it like a creature feature? I think that's what it actually was, right?
Yeah.
So you got to go in there. You can't really expect too much sciencey shit. Like,
yeah, it wasn't
a really Scott joint.
It was a big fucking shark.
Yeah,
that was it. Have you seen it yet, Matt?
You know I've seen that shit.
Well, you love fucking
movies. If Statham could have gotten a fucking BMW down to the bottom of the ocean, that shit would have been curtains.
He'd have bounced off that fucking section, though.
Yeah, yeah.
No, dude, I'm a Statham fan for one.
Well,
I mean, it's since friggin' what, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah,
yeah.
Man.
So you got that. Then you got huge fucking shark. Yeah. I'm gonna watch the movie.
Yeah, I think it would have worked if they would have given him like a Transformer kind of situation where he's in like a Pacific Rim where he's in a robot.
He could have fought the shark underwater.
Yeah. I was like, because his go-to move is that sexy spin kick he does, and it's sexy when he does it. I'm as hetero as the next guy. That shit is sexy.
Hey,
I'm like, fuck.
Listen, I can say when a man's handsome. Jason Statham.
Yeah. That's an alpha male I've ever seen.
He's got some fucking shit going on. I mean, he walks by women, and I think their vaginas just get wet. I'm pretty sure. Katie, can you confirm that?
Indeed, I can.
Okay. But yeah, I didn't. It wasn't a movie I loved, but I enjoyed it. And you know, when I see all this shit that comes out, because we do this show, and we're skeptical people. Yeah. We don't do this show under the pretense that we believe everything that comes across the table. So I see all this stuff coming out, these videos, and I'm just like, fucking, you know, what is this garbage? Because more than likely this thing is gone, has been extinct for a long time.
Yeah.
But Katie, and to give you a little backstory on Katie, Johnny, we actually did a quote unquote contest.
Okay.
And now I'm doing this. By the way, Katie, we did a contest where I picked Katie to win the contest. And it was a joke. It was just a joke because we had some asshole who was harassing the shit out of Matt and I. So we decided to do this, and he was like, I should be the producer of your show. So we basically asked Katie to do it, and then she started doing it, and she does like way better job than I expected.
Oh, that's a nice backhanded compliment.
No, like I picked her just for the fuck of it, and she came on the show and started doing stuff, and then she's like, well, do you mind if I send you typed up stuff? And I'm, no.
Yeah.
So she takes care of all the info every week for me.
All right.
So to give everybody a little bit of backstory on the Megalodon, The Megalodon is an extinct species of shark known only by fossil record. It is the largest shark ever documented and one of the largest fish on record. Its name means giant tooth, an appropriate fit because of their giant fossil teeth we are left with today. Current fossil record places the Megalodon extinction around 2.6 million years ago. This means they were extinct before the time of humans, with Homo sapiens emerging 2.5 million years ago. So we didn't even share the fucking planet with them.
Damn.
Their fossilized teeth have been found in great quantity all over the world, documented on every continent except Antarctica, which I'm sure they'll find them eventually. When they fucking didn't they just unearth something on Antarctica?
It was some like black goo stuff that was in the ice, and everybody was freaking out like, "Yeah, don't open that shit." Something crazy shit. From what I recall.
Yeah, fucking this scientist that looked a lot like Kurt Russell.
Yeah. And he was like, "We gotta burn that shit."
Yeah, there was like a fucking dog or something, man, that got loose inside the lab.
He's like, "All right, listen, we're all gonna come in this room, and I'm gonna take some blood." Johnny.
Oh shit, yeah. Wow, that guy's got a lot of heroin in. I don't know if it's a fucking month. Heroin. Like, yeah, sorry guys. They did drug test before I signed up.
Yeah, no shit, right? The largest tooth ever found measures 7 inches in length.
Holy shit.
That's bigger than the average cock.
Yeah, man.
3 times larger than the tooth of the great white.
Yeah.
They estimate their bite diameter to be up to 10 feet wide. Jesus Christ. Which would make them capable of eating a modern white shark.
Damn.
The only other fossils that have been found are a handful of vertebrae. So all the information science reports of them is surmised on comparison of those 2 types of fossils against modern white sharks and other known relatives in the fossil record. It is believed that female Megalodon would have been larger than their male counterpart. Estimates put them at their largest at about 50 to 60 feet long. Holy shit. Fuck. And 40 to 50 tons in weight.
God damn.
To compare, it would be about the size of a large city transit bus.
Motherfucker.
You see those things all the time, don't you, Johnny?
Yeah, you went shit, man. You'd probably see the shadow.
Imagine that swimming at you in the fucking ocean. That's why I don't go in the ocean, people.
Yeah, no, dude, you're in that fucking realm. You can't beat anything. If Jason Statham's a fucking toddler in the water, what fucking chance do we have?
Yeah, if he had to use everything at his fucking disposal to take care of that shark.
Yeah, I was like, damn, dog, you still can't kill that shit?
No. Newer research, though, points to the fact that these largest fossil specimens recorded are exceptionally rare. More average and more numerous tooth fossils suggest a much smaller average size of 30 to 40 feet in length, which is still significantly larger than any modern white shark.
Yeah, it could fucking prey on like a blue whale, right? Or like
yeah. I mean, even at 30 to 40 feet, that's fucking big.
Yeah, that's a big boy right there.
Some adolescent teeth and Megalodon nurseries have been found and studied. They believe they birth live young like a mammal rather than lay eggs. A newborn pup would be 7 to 10 feet long.
Holy shit, it's fucking shack size already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And weigh up to 500 pounds.
Oh, shit.
Dear God. That is not all that much smaller than an average adult male white shark. It is also believed that they had the ability to hunt and largely care for themselves immediately after birth.
Yeah, some of that size is not much. Well, maybe back in those days, they were considered like medium size.
Compared to what we have now. There's a lot of big shit in the ocean.
Yeah, that's scary shit. Like, I think we still find fucking giant squids, right? That's still like a thing. So like, I can see when somebody says you could find a Megalodon. It's very impossible, but
yeah,
I don't think they live that deep, right?
The Megalodon?
Yeah.
Like you were saying, I think they were more of a warmer water.
Yeah, it was shallow water from what I saw in the video.
So I think they took a lot of liberties with the whole Jason Statham movie. Their extinction is speculated to be caused by several factors, It was largely thought that they died out due to changing temperatures because of climate change and shifting ocean currents. But more recent studies have compared other aquatic predators of that time and suggest that other species were breeding more successfully and taking over the food supply. Current speculations point specifically to the rise of the great white shark, reaching their peak populations at that time. So probably much like we took over, only we fucked the Neanderthal out of existence, I think.
They did it to themselves. They weren't that bright to begin with.
Yeah. Well, actually, it points out there's a lot of things that point out that they were a lot more intelligent than we thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, the Neanderthal. It's just that we were more prevalent and we literally fucked them out of existence. Because we started having sex with them and integrated their DNA into us, and they just disappeared.
Shit.
But in 2014, University of Zurich did an age study of known Megalodon fossils. A small portion of their data, 6 out of 10,000 simulations, showed that there's a 1% chance of their existence today. 1%. So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah.
Game on.
I'm Jim Carrey and fucking Dumb and Dumber right now. Thus, science has solid confidence in their extinction. So as much fun as modern movies and television have with the thought of finding one of these monster sharks today, it's just not likely. But hey, 1%, I'll take it.
Yeah, something.
I'll take that shit. And I will pop this up so everybody can see this. Where did I put it? Share.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's a Megalodon tooth next to a great white tooth.
Kind of looks like a Mandalorian a little bit.
Kind of does.
That's pretty dope. Damn, that's a big motherfucker, though.
Speaking of which, Matt, have you seen that show yet?
Shit is awesome.
Man.
On episode 3, they did it right.
No, wait. Johnny, hold on. Have you seen it yet, Matt?
No.
Oh, dude.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm in a Netflix dominated household.
Oh, man.
I'm about to go gorilla on that shit.
So much I want to talk to you about.
I know they're on they just finished episode 3.
Yeah, but they come out once a week, so that's kind of good. Like, it gives you time to catch up. If you wait till I think it's only 8 episodes, so if you wait at the halfway point, you can kind of binge it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool that way too.
Yeah, I the first 3 episodes, I was in after the first episode.
Yeah,
First episode, I was fucking done. I'm like, it's over. This is the new Star Wars for me.
Yeah.
That's the way I felt about it. And then
it's a spaghetti western in space. It's the best description I've heard of. Yep. It's kind of true.
Absolutely. And I can't wait for you to see it, man. Just because I want your reaction to it. You know, I want to hear your excitement from like, good, dear God, man.
Yeah. I can die now.
I can die a happy man. Although, and I said this to Richard yesterday. Because the Rise of Skywalker is coming out, and like Star Wars, A New Hope was one of the very first movies that I remember seeing. I saw it at the drive-in, and I remember it like it was yesterday. So it's been a part of my life forever. So even though like they've shit in my mouth with a lot of these movies,
yeah.
I went back and I rewatched everything, and I've gotten up to The Force Awakens. And the other morning I watched The Force Awakens, and I really did not like it the first couple of times that I saw it. And this rewatching, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Because I put aside all my bullshit from it. I was like, all right, let's take all the shit that I felt about it, you know, that it was a rehash of A New Hope, and just look at it as a movie, you know, as what it is. I enjoyed the space battles a lot more.
Yeah.
The lightsaber battle scenes a lot more. I thought Adam Driver, even though everybody thought that he was like some fucking pissed off emo kid.
Yeah, it comes off that way.
This time around, I thought he was great. Because I like Adam Driver as an actor.
Yeah.
You know, I like anything else I've seen him in, fucking spot on.
Yeah.
So I gave it that second chance, and I'm glad I did because I enjoyed it. Now with The Last Jedi, I don't know if I can say the same thing because I haven't rewatched it again yet.
It's a crazy movie. I was like, you think you know who's gonna go, and then they just flipped it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, somebody's not around in real life, you'd probably like X their ass out, but they did it. So hey.
But it's so weird what they've done with the Star Wars franchise. Like, because look at fucking Rogue One. It's like probably one of the, besides The Mandalorian, probably one of the best things that's come out.
I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people did. I thought the story was fucking cool. I liked the sense of dread that movie had. I'm
Rogue
fucking
One?
that way. Yeah, Rogue One was pretty. You knew what was gonna kind of happen once you figured it out. So I was like, all right, let's see what they do with it though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this is pretty fucking dope, man.
I guess they had an original screening before they did finalized everything, where some people survive at the end instead of, spoiler alert, everybody dies.
And they just were like fucking around on another planet and shit, and just waiting for the.
I don't know what they did, but it just, I guess it didn't work as well. Which is cool. It's cool that having it end the way that they ended it, which was kind of depressing.
Yeah.
But it was,
you knew it was gonna happen. So in a way, it's like, it's dope. But I know what, like, they put fucking Vader in there. It worked out.
Oh, that fucking Darth Vader scene.
Yeah, that shit. I was like, yo, that's pretty dope. I saw that shit in the house. I was like, damn, this is pretty badass in 4K, man.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking.
Have you
dope.
seen that new Obi-Wan versus Vader lightsaber scene that the dude cut? Some guy cut?
No, I haven't seen it.
After the show, I'll send it to you.
All right.
So you can check it out. Matt's seen it. You've seen it, Matt?
Yeah.
It is amazing.
They should just insert it in all copies of the movies from here on out.
Yeah. As much as George Lucas is fucked with that goddamn movie.
Yeah, he likes to fuck his franchises though. That's
what's the new one? Fucking McClunky?
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
In the Han Greedo scene.
Yeah.
In the new cut of Star Wars on Disney Plus.
All right.
There is a new frame and audio cut into the movie where you see a close-up of Greedo's face and he says, McClunky?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking weird. All right, I gotta check that shit out now.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
You're watching A New Hope.
Yeah,
He's up to that scene, right?
No, my nephew got me into Star Wars. I was more of a Trekkie guy growing up, and then I was like, yo, this shit is kind of cool, and we watched it together, and I was like, yo, this is cool.
Yeah, I
Wow,
like
a Trekkie and a Star Wars fan coming together. That kind of brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, no, it's cool as shit.
Yeah,
like I feel there was more banging on Star Trek than was on Star Wars. There's more incest in Star Wars, but it all works out at the end of the day.
Yeah,
it's fucking cool.
I'd agree with that.
I think Star Wars has the better villains. I like the heroes of fucking Star Trek a little bit better though. It's more science based though. I like the action in Star Wars. Like the Mandalorian is I think it's a standalone because it's just fucking great so far. Let me not jinx it because it is Disney. They might take away his fucking blasters and give him some other shit.
They might fuck that all up.
But fucking the director and fucking Jon Favreau really went in on it. I think they said most of it's based on the comics and shit, which I never read. I started checking that out yesterday too after the Megalodon stuff. I'm like, oh, cool shit.
Yeah, the thing that pissed me off recently, Matt, did you hear that the what was it? Was she the CEO or something? The person that Star Wars who said there's no comics or books to reference for reference material.
Not enough reference material.
Fucking cunt. Why don't you dried up old fucking bag. Shut your mouth.
Fucking 40 plus years of content to go off of. That's still coming out weekly.
Yeah,
and they're just like, oh, we don't have anything.
You just have to know the right people. You don't have to know the fucking material. That's the sad thing of it. That's why you kind of liked it. I liked that Favreau's running because he's a fan. When he's a fan of shit, you see that he cares about the details. So it's pretty cool that way.
Yeah, Favreau. My only bitch about Favreau is Daredevil.
Was he? Did he have his hands on that?
He directed Affleck in Daredevil.
That's not everybody's gonna have a hit.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of myths, so
shit happens.
No.
But that was the one where I was like, that was a little rough. That was a little rough. But Favreau's a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And it shows. So I'm very curious to see the direction of The Mandalorian, where it goes.
Yeah, I think they got 5 more episodes left till they go to, and
I thought they were doing 9 altogether.
Oh, maybe 9.
8? Is it only 8?
I thought it was 8. I like how they're doing it. I know people bitching because you can't just stream it, but I think that's good. Like back in the day growing up, you couldn't fucking watch 8 episodes of the 18 back to back. You had to wait the next week, see how they get out of shit.
Well, I'm kind of enjoying that because it's giving me that desire for the next episode.
Yeah, you wait.
So I know, like on Friday, I'm gonna get to sit down and watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah, and then I think you appreciate the episodes more because then you can rewatch it. Like if you're streaming some shit, it's just straight, and then you eat. I don't give a fuck how good anything is. If you're streaming it, you're gonna hit a lull at some point. It's like fuck, like
well, look at what they did with Stranger Things with that fucking episode in the 2nd season, where she goes off with her fucking sister or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, dude, I didn't get past episode 2 for Stranger Things. The last season, I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do the 3rd season?
I couldn't do it. That boy got fucked. I hate rats, bro. I hate rats. That boy got fucked in the mouth by a rat. That threw me off. I'm like, not watching.
So wait a minute. So the movie Ben is out for you, right?
Yeah, no, I remember the fucking song, and then I think they redid it with the dad from Back to the Future. What's his name? Crispin Glover.
Yeah, Crispin Glover. That crazy fuck.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not fucking with this shit. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I see enough rats every fucking
Bronx Johnny's out with you live in New York.
Yeah, I make it a point to avoid them motherfuckers. Last time I saw was 2 weeks ago. I had to wait for a bus to get home, and I was in front of a shitty projects where they're doing construction, and I saw 2 rats fucking on top of a trash can. Like, oh, this isn't Sesame Street. This isn't Sesame Street at all. Fucking terrible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I couldn't do it. I'm like, is he supposed to be like a pre-Buffalo Bill? I don't get that kid. The lifesaver boy.
The lifesaver boy.
With his I think his sister's the redhead that's dating the black kid.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind the interracial shit anymore. It's fine with me. I'm just saying it's that boy himself is weird.
Yeah.
The lifesaver kid that got fucked by the rat in the mouth. It's like you look like Buffalo Bill, dude. It's too much going on.
Tucking his dick between his legs.
Yeah, I'm like
walk around with a biker jacket on and no shirt underneath.
Yeah, you're hitting on these fucking overweight fucking mid-South housewives and shit, and it's just not a good time, dude. It's like you're either gonna bang or you're just gonna flaunt around waiting the fucking trucker to take you to the fucking bathroom or something. Figure that shit out.
Any urban legends in your area, Johnny?
Oh, dude, I was talking to my little brother back in the day. They used to tell us, you had to be home by 8 p.m. or sun go down, because we had some shit called the Hammerman. So that was the version we had of the
Hammerman.
The Hammerman was like, I think, our version of the Zodiac Killer, but I don't think he ever existed. I never really looked into it. But apparently, like, if you were out after dark and shit, and you were like making out or doing shit you wasn't supposed to, Hammerman come out and just bash your fucking head in with a hammer. I was like, oh, that makes sense. You sound Spanish enough.
I can't imagine. Son, listen, you go outside at night and you're going to run into the Hammerman and he'll bash your fucking head in.
Yeah. Like in our house, my grandfather would be the one to tell you shit like, if you're doing any queer shit, he's going to fucking get you. Like, you think that pound of ass is bad, get a fucking hammer upside you. Like, well, that's not for me. That's not a life for this old boy.
Oh, God, the Hammerman.
But
all I could think of was the fucking hammers and fucking the wall. The walking hammers.
No, but like you got the Spanish ones, like La Llorona is like a cultural thing. It's not just Mexican, but like if you do some shit, the crying lady will get you by the water.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, and it's still, we can't do that shit. I've never dealt with a Ouija board. That's like a big no in my house. My grandma don't fuck around with that stuff. Like, that's a thing.
Now, are you've got to be? Are you from immigrants?
Yeah, I was first born here.
Okay, so your parents are immigrants then?
Yeah, they were born. They got naturalized and shit. They did everything the right way. So yeah.
Yeah. So is it a cultural thing that your grandmother doesn't like Ouija boards? Is it like a fucking,
No, man. I think that's just in general. Like I know a lot of like black people don't fuck with Ouija boards. I dated a Puerto Rican chick. She had like white sorority friends when we were in college, and they did Ouija boards. She fucking skipped out quick. Like, yo, she hear a gunshot, she'll keep whistling the same tune, but fucking Ouija board, fucking parts running right behind her. And I was like, shit. Because you hear shit, like you fucking use a Ouija board, you're gonna fucking, you're gonna open up a portal to hell and some horrible shit's gonna. Hell is basically the worst shit ever, right? That's the premise of it at the end of the day. It's like the most horrible shit. Though you hear a lot of people go there. Fucking Elvis is there. Fucking
Matt's
James
pretty sure
Dean.
it's Tulsa, Oklahoma, but
Yeah.
Like you guys ever fucking use a Ouija board before?
Oh fuck yeah!
How that fucking work out? You see the crazy
when I was
shit?
when I was a kid, my stepfather had one in the house.
Yeah.
And he'd fuck with it every once in a while. When I get a little bit older, I got into them a little bit. And I had one.
Yeah.
But I get into all kinds of stuff when I was younger. Because I didn't conform to like the normal Christian religion that my family practiced. They were most of my family was Protestant.
Okay.
And I just, I looked at the book and I was like, hey, it's all fine and dandy, but it's not for me.
Yeah,
And,
that's not for everybody.
Yeah, so I kind of looked in other places, but so it was kind of natural for me to fall down that road of Ouija boards and tarot cards. And
I like tarot cards. Believe it or not, as my grandma's kind of into Santeria. That's like the white version of witchcraft and shit.
Oh yeah.
She's into that. I had that. Like me, my brothers, my whole family. Basically, when we go to Ecuador when we were younger, if we had some bad shit, like let's say I had a game and I fucking fumbled a ball or whatever. Like, all right, somebody gave you evil eye. We got to go see this witch doctor. Witch doctor would fucking drink some white rum. Try to remember the name of the brand, but he'd drink some white rum. They fucking spit it on you, and then run some fucking palms on you. And I'd feel kind of weird. Like, is this some Catholic shit? What is this shit? And then like they'd kill a fucking chicken sometimes, and you'd do some shit. Or
you always gotta kill a chicken in Santeria.
Yeah, it's like are we at least gonna eat the fucking chicken, or is it just gonna stay there? Like you feel kind of bad. It's like it's a waste of chicken and shit.
Oh, Santeria.
Yeah.
See, my grandma was into sangria. Something a little different.
They like that shit here too, man.
She had also smacked me in the face with palm leaves, though.
Yeah, no, that's a thing. Like it's supposed to ward off evil spirits, and then like they still do this shit though. The older you get, you stop believing. Like if you do get the evil eye, they rub you with an uncooked egg. They rub it like up and down everywhere, and they do a cross in your head, and then they crack that egg in some water. And it depends how the yolk comes out. They either took the evil eye away or you didn't have anything at all. But it always came out the same fucking way. So at one point I was like, yo, everybody gets the fucking evil eye?
Everybody.
But
everybody.
A couple of people from other cultures told me they do that shit too. So I don't think it's just Spanish people that do that one.
Huh. Now, what do you think of the Puerto Rican created chupacabra?
Oh, I believe in that shit.
You believe in the fucking chupacabra?
Got you,
Johnny,
man.
You dropped like 5 levels in my fucking tier of people.
Dude, it's got to be a fucking thing. Like, yo, it's probably like some rabid fucking like monkey.
Right, Johnny, I'm gonna school you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna school you on the chupacabra.
All right.
Okay, so do you remember the movie Species?
Yeah, with Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah, Natasha Henstridge, that hot piece of ass. All right, so Species comes out.
Mm-hmm.
The first reported sighting of a chupacabra was from a woman in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Literally within like I think 2 hours of seeing the movie Species.
No fucking way. I feel like that chupacabra shit would be like from the 1800s or something.
Nope.
Really?
And her description of the chupacabra, if you go back and you look at her description of the chupacabra, it is almost detail for detail, just like the creature that Natasha Henstridge turns into in Species.
Ah, that fucking sucks, man.
Yeah. And if you look at all the and listen, you know, like we love these stories. Like we want to believe in this shit.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the chupacabra, like you look at all the videos of these people that they put out there, and it's a fucking raccoon, or like it's a fucking a raccoon with mange, or it's a fucking dog without its hair, or whatever that they have in some cage, and they're like, hey, it's chupacabra, or, you know, and it's like, no, it's not. You know, no.
I always thought it was like a fucking caiman mixed with a fucking dog, because the way they would show it is like kind of hunchback but upright, like it walked on two legs and shit.
Yeah, no, I'd love it if there was something like that. But the way she described it, it was like I said, it was like detail for detail, almost exactly like.
Damn, that sucks.
The creature in Species, yeah. So if you get a chance, look into it.
I'll fucking look that up. That's fucking amazing. That's pretty fun, actually.
But yeah, I mean, we love all that shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
Matt's favorite thing right now is the dog man.
The fuck is that?
Oh man, this is fucking, I don't know, a fucking dog, man. Like it's like a fucking. Whenever I was a kid, we called them fucking werewolves.
Yeah.
But now I guess there's a thing that just looks like a werewolf that doesn't change back and forth.
Yeah, here's the thing, Johnny. Here's the thing that you're gonna understand.
Yeah.
But I hate. I'm just cutting you off for a second, Matt. If you try to argue with the people who are in the dogman community about it being a werewolf, they're like, no. There's a difference.
Oh shit! There you go. They're also gender fluid over there, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
This shit don't shapeshift. It's just always an upright canine.
It's a fucking
around
like,
on two legs.
So it's a forever werewolf. It's never been. It's just born that way.
Yeah.
So like a werewolf fucked a prostitute. Prostitute gave birth to a fucking.
But the longer that the myth, or I don't know, the lore of the dogman goes, the more shit gets added to it. So at this point now, there's different types, like different dog breeds of dogman.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you got like the bulldog looking kind, and you've got the Doberman looking kind, and you've got the German Shepherd looking kind. I'm just like, y'all are full of shit.
What most people are probably seeing, when it comes to dogman, is either they're seeing a bear that's upright, or they're seeing wild dogs in the woods, and they're mistaking it for something else.
Yeah, but I don't know if like a dog can fucking walk upright. I know it can, like if it's leaning on something, it can. I don't know.
Right, dogs can be on their hind legs,
but fucking walking.
Well, picture it this way, Johnny. If you catch something for a second,
you
know, and it just happens to be up on two legs, and it's a dog, and it's in the shape of a dog, and that's what you see, and it's a flash, and then it's gone. And that's all you see, you're going to see it as an upright dog.
That's fucking true. Yeah,
you know?
Very true.
Yeah, and in a lot of these cases, people are seeing them as they're driving by. There's one famous case, though, of a woman, and her description is that this thing was knelt down on the side of the road eating something, what looked like it was eating something. And when she got closer, I can't remember if she backed up or not to actually see it. And it turned, and that's when she saw the muzzle, and she saw that it looked like it had like roadkill in its hands, like as it was like, you know, like munching on it. And then she drove off. She took off. But I think in most of these cases, it's just misidentification. You know, people see a big dog in the fucking woods, and they're like, oh, it's a big dog. You know, and they're like, what am I going to do? I saw the dog man.
Here's the deal, though. Somebody saw something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That started off. And people are still claiming to see these things. So I don't know what the deal is. I find some of the stories hard to believe, but I've experienced a lot of shit that's hard to believe.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like a good legend would be that, though. Like you said, stuff gets added to it. So, like, what have you seen that's like crazy and shit, Matt?
Well, you asked the right guy on the show.
Man, to be perfectly honest, here we go. I have actually seen Bigfoot.
Like legit in fucking in the wild or on fucking video?
Like fucking legit in the wild.
No shit.
Firsthand. And I was
not,
like out there trying to see if they really existed or not. And
how close and how fucking big was it?
Man, I was about, I guess, 15 yards away. I was actually looking through a night vision scope.
Okay.
And I mean, I can tell you what I saw. I say Bigfoot because what I saw matches the description that people use to call things Bigfoot. But I was looking through the night vision scope. This other guy had spotted it. He told me to take a look through the scope and see if I saw the same thing. And I looked through it, and about 15 yards off into the woods, there is like this tree branch, and behind the tree branch was like a face looking back at me.
Was it fucking like tall compared to where the branch was and shit, or?
Man, not really, not like nothing giant or anything.
Really? You think it was taking a shit or something, like squatting down? Or?
No. It was like probably a little bit taller than me. I'm right at 6 foot, 6'2".
Oh, okay.
And I mean, like I could see everything. Like the bottom of its chin was covered up, but I could see its mouth up, and then the top of its head was covered up, and the eyes reflected back through the night vision scope. And I stared at it for a while. I mean, probably 30 seconds to a minute. And then it all started to process what I was looking at. Cause like my mind is racing, trying to figure like, you know, what the fuck is this?
Well, what you call it? You saw it through the scope, but like, was there lighting in there? Or did you have moonlight?
No, it was nighttime. Yeah, there was moonlight and everything, but it was nighttime.
Looked through a night vision scope, Johnny?
Oh yeah, a couple times.
Yeah,
Had any windows, Johnny?
You know, so that's basically what he was, you know, how he was seeing it was.
Well, no, I know when you look at a mammal, like let's say if you're using at night, if you like in the woods or whatever, you have like a fucking camera with flash or even night vision, whatever you look back, if it's alive, has a fucking gleam in its eye. I think even if it's dead off the reflection of the fucking eyeball itself, but like you saying it was you 6'2", so it's probably about maybe 6'4".
Yeah.
Well, you're 15 yards away, so like I would figure it'd probably be maybe slightly taller, right? Because the closer you get to something, the bigger it gets, right?
Yeah.
Oh. What part of the country were you when you saw it?
I was in southern Oklahoma.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, did you notice anything weird? Like before you saw it, like they like any weird noises?
Yeah, there was like noises and like limbs breaking around us and stuff. Like I was with like a group of people, but we were all spread out, and it was just kind of like me and this other guy off in this one area.
Okay.
And I mean, it sounded like shit walking around, but like I said, I've always been interested in that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And this was kind of like, okay, there's people that go out looking for this thing. I want to go and see what's up.
So wait, you were with like a Bigfoot search party is what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait, did you pay for like a tour or something?
No. No money exchange hands. This was just like, and it was like people that I had known for a little while off the internet and everything. I had met them before. And it was fucking weird, man. Changed my fucking perspective on a lot of shit.
That's some crazy shit. I've always wanted to meet somebody that actually like seen it. Like I always figured, yo, you wouldn't be able to miss a Bigfoot because of the size they describe, but you think because it's more primate than man, it's gotta have a fucking heavy odor. You can smell a gorilla a good couple fucking yards away.
Yeah.
So I would figure like you would have like I've heard people say like a rotten egg smell and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So we're like, once it's like, did it notice you guys or just kept moving?
Yeah, it was looking right back at me. And like I said, I stared at it through the scope for like 30 seconds to a minute, maybe. And then I took the scope down and kind of like looked at the dude.
Yeah.
And was like, holy shit, you know, you know, is this happening? And I put the scope back up and it was gone.
Did you guys like go to the area where the fuck it was standing at, or you just let it
I mean, we went and looked and like tried to find tracks and everything, but I couldn't find shit.
Nothing, like no odor, nothing, huh?
No. I mean, I've smelled like weird smells. Like after that, I started going out all the time looking for them.
Yeah.
You know?
I always feel like with mystical creatures, not that there's something real about it, but like the best counter argument any of that is, yo, have you ever found it shit? Because everything shits, right? Like I figure like UFOs got to shit sometime. or something. So like a Bigfoot being what it is, like I don't think a fucking Bigfoot would be a vegetarian. It's got to eat meat or whatever to survive, especially at that size. And nobody ever found like a Bigfoot shit. I know people said they found footprints, some hair, and they got those old fucking black and whites, I think from the 40s that they took.
Well, there's, I mean, if you want to go evidence, the hair evidence, and I think Matt would agree with me on this. The hair evidence is shit.
You think so?
Most of it's inconclusive. If I'm correct.
Yeah, like,
most of it's been found to be either bear, dog, man, or
dog man,
or dog man, or inconclusive.
But like inconclusive is like a fucking like that's a 1% megalodon right there, right? Because what maybe I'm saying, like, what are you gonna compare Bigfoot hair to? It's never been found before, right?
Right. You would have to have a comparison.
Yeah.
So and then you've got the footprints, the foot castings that they have of the different trackways that they've found.
Yeah.
And then you have the photographic and or video evidence, which if you're asking me what videos that I would point to, I would say the Patterson-Gimlin film and shit, I always forget his name. Freeman. Yeah, Paul Freeman. The Freeman footage.
Okay.
I like
the black and white one in the woods.
No, they're both in color.
They're both in color.
Yep, they're both in color. I think the Patterson-Gimlin was filmed on an 8mm, Matt.
16, I think.
16, and the Freeman footage was done on like a handheld camcorder.
Yeah. Like
and the
late
problem
80s,
with
early 90s.
The
90s,
problem with Freeman though is that everybody likes to say that Freeman is full of shit because he was caught, quote unquote, caught hoaxing. He was caught making footprints. And what was his explanation for that, Matt? That he was trying to make comparisons?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, so he tried to explain it away. I still like his footage. Now I myself have never seen him. Never seen one. I've been out.
I believe they are Bigfoots out there. Just like the size of it, judging off of what Matt said, it throws me off a little because he's saying it might be 6'4", maybe.
Well,
right?
I mean, you gotta understand. Like, I mean, look at how human beings are. We range in size.
No,
all over the place. You know,
you think there's like a short Bigfoot and shit running around?
Right. So there's people that report seeing Bigfoot that are like 7 feet tall. And
that's what I always like. That's what I know, like a 7-8 foot fucking huge
right. But
thing.
there's nothing saying that nothing that they can't be smaller than that.
Good point.
Yeah.
But it's weird to me again. Like we never found any of it's like fucking relieving itself, like urine or any of that shit. And it's like, yo, the way we fucking hunt and everything. Like I figure if we ever do see a Bigfoot, it'd be in our lifetime because we got fucking drones now. Everybody's got hunting cameras out there. Like,
well, yeah, and the other thing too is you got to think about how big is the breeding population of this thing, and
I don't think it'd be like. Do you think it'd be an extinct animal? Like, what would be the lifespan?
I think at this point, I think if they're out there, I think their breeding population is very small.
Like the Japanese and shit.
Like the Japanese?
Yeah, they don't fuck a lot. Japanese people don't fuck a lot. I have a problem with that. So. But no, like with the Bigfoot too, it's just weird to like, especially like I remember back there was a documentary. I don't remember I saw it on Nat Geo or fucking Netflix where they had all these creatures back in the day in the carnivals. They would actually capture and shit. 9 times out of 10 they'd prove it would be a bullshit animal.
Oh yeah.
But then that one time it'd just be some fucking extinct rare fucking animal they'd get out of Asia or Africa and shit. But like with a Bigfoot, I think that legend's more tied to North America, right?
Well, it's all over. It's all over, really.
Yeti, like they're like cousins.
Well, yeah. Okay. So you've got in Asia, you've got the Yeti.
Yeah.
Or what else is there, Matt? They've got the one in.
You got like a red one. It's like a red gorilla.
The Yaren.
The Yowie of Australia.
The Yowies in Australia.
I never heard of that one.
The Almasty of Russia.
I was just that's the one I was trying to figure out where.
Honestly, there's stories of these type creatures, not necessarily huge, but primates walking around on 2 legs covered in hair all over the world.
Yeah.
All right. So would you guys consider that then probably like a surviving race of fucking Neanderthals that would just talk? If they upright?
Yeah.
Well, the prevailing theory is, I think the prevailing theory is that they're a descendant of Gigantopithecus. I think that's the prevailing theory.
See, I think there's some sort of like relic hominid that just survived parallel to
hair.
us. Yeah.
That's another good possibility.
But again, like you have people that have encounters with them, but like you would figure at one point, especially like maybe in Seattle when they have all the like a lot of forestation and shit still left around, it'd probably be. So it's like a small, minute place where they could live and fucking hide, right? At least in North America, there's not too much of shit.
Oh, there's actually quite a bit of area that
they could live and prosper.
The thing is you look at North America and you think, oh yeah, we've pretty much covered everything. But if you really look at it, no, there's a lot of open area.
One of the best examples is to like find one of those pictures they've taken from outer space with a satellite at nighttime.
Yeah,
because you can see the lights of the city and the urban areas.
Yeah.
Everywhere that it's dark is an area these things could be thriving.
Yeah, and those areas in the United States are vast. You know, whole entire sections of the country.
All right, so my question would be then: do you think that like if they're living in a forest area, are they living in caves, or do they just live out in a that's what the debate is. Like
there's all kinds of debate how they live, how they survive, you know, how they move around. There's people that think that they use cave systems. There's people that think that they build structures and live outside.
Because upright, they'd have to be mammals, right?
Every characteristic that in the sighting reports that they display would say mammal.
Yeah. So then they'd have to look for warmth when it gets cold.
Yeah.
So it either have to.
But if they're covered in hair, maybe not so much.
Good point.
I mean,
like, do they hunt? Like, what do they hunt too? Like, that's another thing. What's their diet?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows.
That's the thing.
I don't think anything that's fucking giraffes are big and they eat.
No, I tend to agree with you. However, you got to remember that gorillas are vegetarians.
No.
Yeah.
I fucking Oh no, wait, that was Congo. That wasn't real.
I just watched that shit.
Yeah, that's a fucked up movie.
You know, I mean,
ugly gorilla.
There are things that there are things that do live that way.
Whenever you start breaking it down, like a bear on 2 legs is just as big as any Bigfoot ever seen.
Oh yeah.
And like deer survive in the cold and survive the winters and storms and everything else. You know, lots of animals do it. So it's like one of those situations where.
Listen, Johnny, just because he can't survive Harlem.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
You just need a Yankee cap and a white shirt. Nobody's gonna notice. That's a big motherfucker over there.
Ain't nobody gonna notice shit, and they ain't gonna say shit either.
Yeah, nah, man. I didn't say that. He smells like dirty egg.
Shut Biggie over there. He doesn't say shit.
Like, yo, I think he's from Atlanta. Don't say nothing. Yeah,
didn't you know that's the Hammerman?
No, fucking 2 years ago, I was tripping my ass off at my house on acid.
Oh God!
But I fucked up and watched Unsolved Mysteries, and that was a big. I did a whole video on Facebook where I fucking put 2 40-pound weights against the wall, and I have a knife a listener sent me, and I was like, if the fucking Bigfoot comes to this wall, it's gonna have a fucking fight. And I was like, I don't know if it can. I'm assuming it can climb trees. It's gonna climb a fucking fire escape with ease. Like how it gets in and out like a ninja, I do not know.
Bigfoot roaming in New York.
Yeah, it's like fuck, man. Because we got raccoons out here now, so the forest is coming.
You got to seriously worry about though.
Yeah.
Even in the city.
Yeah.
Is coy wolves. Have you ever heard of coy wolves? All right, this is an interesting thing. What's that?
Like a coyote wolf hybrid, or
yes, and it only happens in the Northeast.
I seen those. They had one up in East New York where they thought it was like a fancy dog, and it turned out to be one of those shit.
Yeah, and it just so happens that the eastern wolves and coyotes can mate.
I
And
didn't know that.
And they also can mate with domestic dogs. So what they've
Holy
been doing
shit.
is that they've been interbreeding for years and years and years, and they've been grabbing dogs, stray dogs that fit, and they're not grabbing like small dogs or anything like that.
Like
They're
pit
grabbing
bulls
dogs
and
that
shit?
fit, into the DNA that they want.
Yeah.
And what's happened is that the animal that's been created is this dog that's sleeker than a wolf, but can take down larger prey, and they're not as afraid of human beings because they have the domesticated blood running through their veins.
Yeah, that's fucking
So
wild.
they're starting to live in cities.
Oh shit.
And they can hide in cities just as well as they do in the woods. I watched a video where they put a tracking device on one of these fuckers.
Yeah.
And they watched where it went in the city, and no one saw this motherfucker. They tried to catch it on camera. They were following it around. They had the tracking beacon following around. They couldn't even catch it on camera.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And they're getting more and more brave.
They fucking traveled solo, right? Because when they find
no, they won't. They do travel in packs.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know when we were upstate, we were up at the mountain hunting, and we ran into a pack of those motherfuckers. The whole pack of them. I'm like, oh shit, it was like 12.
I think that's the danger to people, because they're not afraid of people. The thing about wolves and coyotes is they generally, statistically, do not tend to fuck with people.
Yeah,
they don't like them. They go away. They're like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, you have to kind of like goad them into fucking
right.
You got to be Liam Neeson in the plane crash.
Right, and then fucking try to take on the whole pack by yourself.
Yeah, that was a real fucking smart move. I'm glad his dad wasn't there to see that shit.
But I think they're the danger, and they're becoming more and more prevalent. I had my cousin. He's a firefighter now in upstate New York.
All right.
And when we were younger, we were teenagers.
Yeah.
We went camping out in the woods behind his house in southern Maine. And we were in like a pit. You know what I mean when I say a dugout pit? Well, it was like a half circle. So there's a rim up where a ridge, you had to climb up the sides of this pit. So we're sitting down there and we're cooking food. And all of a sudden, we start seeing these white flashes up on the ridge. Back and forth, back and forth. What the fuck? So we keep watching. We see them. They're dogs. So we start getting fucking squirrely. We pack everything up.
Yeah.
And Richard and I, my friend, my cousin Greg's friend and I, we grab the cooler that we had. And we start walking out. And Greg is bringing up the rear. My cousin Greg's like he's two of me.
Yeah,
I weigh like 175.
All right.
And as we're walking out, now on the side of me, over here as we're walking out through, the ridge rises up.
Yeah,
as we're walking out of the pit. So I look over and I look right into the eyes of a fucking dog.
Yeah, that's some fucking hard shit right there.
And I'm just like, to this day, I don't know how the fuck I did it. I managed to not freak out and just turn my head back and keep walking. Like a couple minutes after that, my cousin Greg says to Richard and I, he's like, I'm really pissed at you two.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the fucking house. And we're both like, what the fuck's your problem?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's just get to the fucking house. I'll tell you up there. So we're just like, Richard and I are back and forth. What the fuck is this problem? We're just fucking huffing it up the freaking. We get up to the house and he goes, I didn't want to tell you guys. Like I turned and where I turned and saw the one, he saw like two. And he was just like, he was just like me. He's like, I had to just stay calm and keep you guys moving.
Yeah. So you can't stop. You fucking keep eye contact with them too. It's like being on the subway. Too long eye contact, you're gonna get fucked up, man.
Right. You get as soon as I saw that I was looking into eyes, I turned.
Yeah. And they fucking trail you. Did they trail you guys or no?
Well, I think they did. I think they followed us out.
Yeah.
I think they followed us out, and I think the only thing that kept us alive in that situation was that we were teenage boys.
Wow.
You know, Richard was a good sized kid.
Yeah.
Greg was a good sized kid. I was skinny as fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got 3 adolescent boys. You know, I think they just weighed the options and said, "No, fuck it.
Not worth it." Right.
Yeah, we're not. But I think in any situations where we spooked them or things got fucked up, we would have been dead.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way we'd have fucking got them off us.
It was the same shit when we went up to Wyndham when we ran into the coyotes. My cousin has property up there. They have a mountain lion in the mountain area. I'm like, oh shit, black bears, all that shit.
Oh yeah.
The coyotes are more of a fucking nuisance out there though.
Yep.
Because I was up there, I was pissing. I heard heavy breathing. Like, yo, stop fucking with me, man. I'm pissing. I'm like, that's not us. So between the stream, there was like a stream kind of river situation going right by. I was pissing. So I was like, what the fuck? I can't see shit at night because you have the full moon, but whatever's behind that light, you can't see it for shit.
Yeah.
So I remember my boy telling back there, yo, if you ever get in some shit in the woods or some bad places, whatever, you use the fucking camera on your phone and you scan the area. You'll pick up cameras, always pick up the red or lines.
Yep.
Fucking scan, and I saw like 18 fucking eyeballs looking like, holy shit. My cousin's like, yo, those are the coyotes on the property. We need to back the fuck off.
Yep.
Wipe your dick and run, man, because you just pissed on a tree. They're gonna fucking track. And those fuckers and you hear them. It's pitter pat. It's very light feet. If you're lucky, you can kind of hear it.
When I lived over in Wyndham, I used to live in Wyndham, Maine.
Nice.
I had 3 dogs, and we put the dogs out at night, and I could hear the coyotes chasing deer in the field opposite my house.
Yeah.
And you'd hear them yipping out there.
Yeah.
And it's fucking creepy, dude.
Yeah, because they sound closer than what they are. It's the acoustics, though. I think all animals have some shit in their voice. Like even a house sounds closer than what it really is. But the breathe, because I could see their eyes, and then you can kind of make out their breath in the fucking wind. I'm like, oh fuck that, they're too close. I'm like smacking my machete on the tree and making like little fucking shotgun pump noises. They didn't do shit. I was like, they're gonna fucking eat us alive. I'm gonna make the news for being the dumb motherfucker from the Bronx who got eaten by fucking coyotes.
One of the quote unquote Bigfoot expeditions I went out on.
Yeah.
I went out to a video came out. It's actually one that I still think to this day is pretty legit.
Okay.
Matt, would you say the Grays Harbor thermal? Yeah. I still.
You guys got a thermal image of it?
Yeah. If you look it up, the Grays Harbor thermal footage, it's out there. But we went when I was on my it was when I was on my second honeymoon. She actually she went with me. But we went up there to where this was filmed. And we stayed there for a couple of days. We didn't my ex-wife and I didn't sleep there. We slept in a hotel. But there were people who camped out there. And one of the nights we were there, we're sitting there and we hear something come in close, and then all of a sudden coyote, yips out like right next to it. Literally probably 20 feet away.
Yeah.
And scared the shit out of, like my ex-wife and
We're not used to that. We ain't fucking settlers, man. Those days is over and shit.
Yeah.
That's
in my younger years,
I
used to do a little bit of graffiti.
Okay.
And, me and my cousin were out painting some trains on the outer edge of the city, and we heard some noises. We were like well back off on these train tracks that kind of curved around, went into this like little set of woods, and heard some noises. And I kind of turned and looked down the tracks and shined my flashlight. Didn't see anything. As soon as I turned the flashlight off, a coyote howls out. And I mean, like you're talking about the acoustics, it sounded like it was about to bite my ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a scary motherfuckers, man.
Yeah. And I almost shit my pants. And I looked over at my cousin.
Yeah.
And by the time I turned and looked at him, he was already running. So then I was about to tell him, like, don't run, but he's already gone. He's already hauling ass. So at that point, you got to run.
Mm-hmm.
And like, dude, it blew up. It sounded like there were 60 of those fuckers hauling ass after us down the tracks.
Shit,
and that was the last time I went out bombing trains.
Huh.
Yeah, that one. I mean, you know roughly about where we were, Matt. Where we campsite was at John's place, and that thing was just down over the ridge, and into the field. And when we heard that thing call out, it sounded like it was right behind Phil.
Yeah, man.
And Phil was the furthest one out from the campfire.
Holy
and
shit.
it was just like, fuck. It sounded like it was right there. It was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've never seen anything really, really crazy. I think I don't know if I saw the stealth bomber when it was being tested or if I saw a UFO. I'm like,
Like what? I've seen people say shit about UFOs where like it's flying in place. It's like too even to be a UFO.
Well, see, the thing that I saw is when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
I used to live in a place called Buxton. You ever been to Buxton, Red?
No, never had to.
I grew up in that town. The town that he talks about in Shawshank. I grew up there.
Wow.
The field he talks about, I know where it is. So yeah, I grew up in Buxton, and fuck, I lost my train of thought. I'm high again.
So good. You said you saw a UFO though.
Oh yeah. I was coming home from my buddy's house, and I lived the furthest out from anybody. Everybody lived downtown. I lived out on a dirt road.
You're on the sticks.
Yeah, I was not out in the sticks. I was probably about 1.5 miles away from everybody else, but I was further out. They all had like a couple minute walk home to their house. I had to go out to hell and gone.
Shit.
So I was walking home and I'm looking up at the sky and I see this. Have you ever seen the the Phoenix lights?
Yeah.
It's like 3 lights in the sky, like a triangle.
Yeah.
Well, it was like that, but it blanketed out the sky above me.
So was it hovering?
I don't know if it was hovering or not. I don't know how far up it was. It made no sound. It was completely silent.
Now, when you like perspective wise, are you looking at it, right? Is it like yay above your head or like in like eyesight of you?
That's the thing that's hard to judge. Okay. Because it's at night, so I'm dealing with my eyes adjusting to the darkness.
Yeah.
I mean, the starlight and the complete blackness that this thing's blacking out. Plus, I just got outside. I just come outside from inside, so my eyes were still kind of adjusting as I was walking down the road, looking up. And so I don't know how far up it was. And to this day, like it was around the same time. It was right before they released that they had built the stealth. That they had the stealth bomber.
Oh.
So I don't know if it was.
But did they build around where you lived at? Like, was it anywhere near there?
I believe there were flight tests that were made.
All right.
Because I do. Brunswick Naval Air Station is just north of me.
Okay.
So I don't know, and I don't know what it was, and I'm not going to go out and say, yeah, it was a fucking UFO.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah. But you think they actually do fucking take people up though, or you think that's
the abduction thing? I don't know. I'm on the fence with it. Like there's some people out there who have made some claims. There's a lot of them. So it goes to that thing. It's kind of like the Bill Cosby thing,
Yeah.
There's so many of them that even if like only a couple of them are true,
Yeah. And they kind of do the same shit. They take you out for a good time, pass shot, and start checking your ass.
Right. And then shove shit inside you. But I mean, I don't know how much validity there is to abductions.
Well, because the thing with me, like I do believe there's something out there. I'm not gonna say that. The abduction part, I kind of believe it because everybody has the similar description of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you figure if you got intelligent life coming down and check shit out, they're gonna have to pick somebody up just to see what the DNA and the makeup is, right?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Are we a fucking ant farm? Are we an experiment? If that's the case, what's the deal?
That's pretty fucked up.
However, like with the way things, Matt and I have been discussing this a lot lately. The fact that the U.S. government is actually admitting this shit now. Like that whole.
See, my cousin told me the same shit the other day. They actually never admitted it. They're just saying that their pilots found some shit, but there's no solid proof on those black and whites.
But okay, but look at it this way, Johnny.
Yeah.
When in your life has the American government come out and said, "Yeah, that video's legit"? They haven't, but they did with that fucking Tic Tac video. They said, "Yes, the video's legit. We didn't mean for it to get out." That was their press release. So when in our lifetimes has that happened? Never. The fucking government never does that shit.
Plus, they signed that contract with, Blink 182 dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Tom
true.
DeLonge. Everybody thought Tom DeLonge was full of shit.
Yeah, everybody thought, it's Blink 182. So it's
now come to find out, Tom DeLonge might have been onto something.
Yeah, some crazy shit. It's always the craziest motherfuckers that find that shit too. It's like they know what the fuck they're looking for.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't think the fucking the video I was watching yesterday said there were over fucking billion fucking galaxies and shit and planets and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
So it's we can't just be one out of that. That's mathematically impossible.
Well, here's the thing, and I think this is where I'm at with all of it. I think that there is life in the universe.
Has to be.
Absolutely.
However,
do I think any of it's gotten to us yet? I don't. That's the thing where I don't know. I think it's more likely that a robot from one of those places has got
a drone.
Yeah, sort of like 2001.
Yeah.
Fucking spoiler alert, people. If you haven't seen it. Crawl out from underneath a fucking rock. But yeah, I think that's more likely than us actually seeing alien beings from another galaxy. And again, who knows? Like, who knows what type of technology they have?
Yeah. My assumption is always anything that can fucking travel as far as it's probably going to have to travel a couple fucking light years to get to us because we can't find it now. It's fucking out there. If they get to us, they're already fucking more advanced than we've ever been.
Oh, yeah.
So I think to them, I don't want to ever say, oh, it's going to be a hostile takeover. I think it's like we're like a zoo to them. They just want to see what it is. And they're going to fucking laugh there like you guys have gods and shit and fucking race wars and all this crazy shit. We fucking don't have wars.
Yeah. I mean,
like death. What the fuck is death?
Look at us like we're fucking stupid.
We'd be apes. We'd literally be apes and Neanderthals to them. Like, oh, this is the missing link right here.
And I mean, if they're that much further advanced than us, then why would they ever want to communicate with us?
Well, no, I'd say I could see that because look at the shit we do with dolphins and chimpanzees.
Yeah, but how many times have you ever tried to sit down and talk to an ant?
I try. Well, it depends how high I am.
Well, that's true. So. True. I've been on some pretty good mushrooms before.
He was saying 2 years ago he was on acid.
Yeah, there you go.
But I mean, think about it though.
I think it would be curiosity though. Wouldn't you? Like if you fucking saw a Bigfoot, you would try to communicate with it. I would figure, right?
I didn't.
No, but I'm saying like if it stood there within like a 5-minute range where it was just staring back at you, you guys got closer. You try to make contact.
Right. I understand what you're saying. I mean, it's like Jane Goodall. Maybe they just like come down and like study us in that manner or something.
Like they could have been studying us for eons and shit when we started building stuff. Because a lot of people say that they visited us when the fucking pyramids were coming up and all that shit. Yeah. So I know that's a little out there, but I don't see why that'd be impossible.
Alien theory.
Yeah.
I like ancient aliens.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been an ancient alien fan for ages.
Yeah, it's good shit. Like I don't know if it's that society as a whole is that fucked up. They don't want nothing to do with us, but like you see sometimes the military comes out with some crazy shit and there was no like blueprints or protocol. They're just like, oh yeah, here's some shit. I'm like, whoa, where the fuck do you get it from?
I think if they've been observing us and they're aware that like, okay, these things like communicate with one another, they create stuff, they build, they're trying to find these answers. I think if they knew something or they had something to offer, they'd be like, hey, you guys got this wrong. if you put this here, there, you can come to our planet. I think they would try to interfere at some point.
Like if they offered you a trip to their planet, wherever they might be from, would you take that offer? I don't know if I would.
Fuck no.
I'd be paranoid. I don't think though they'd want to come to conquest us.
See, I'm a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Much more than Star Trek, but I have seen enough Star Trek that I know I don't want to go to their planet. I'll like step on the wrong flower or some shit.
Yeah, say some offensive shit like, "Oh, you guys get offended? I thought you would advance." Hey, everybody gets offended. Awesome. Like, that was just a black joke. I didn't even know you guys had that up there. That's fine.
That gets you fucking killed instantly.
But no, it's fucking weird. Though,
you're like, they're always late.
This fucking they have a fucking video. That's why I was watching the Megalodon shit yesterday on YouTube. It's called What If. It's a channel on there called What If.
Yeah.
And one of the probabilities was what if we got visited by extraterrestrials? So the assumption is always like they would want a world domination, but I don't think they'd want us as slaves as much as they just want the resources off the planet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Unless it's like, you know what, we come by, everybody's cool. Like if you had to send a representative, I guess it'd probably be Bill Clinton because he was a cool dude, it seems, or Brad Pitt. But I don't know how Brad Pitt would do. He'd try to fuck one of their women or something. So would Bill actually. So
yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah, somebody cool. We'd have to send like a cool motherfucker, not too brainy where they bore them and shit. You know, somebody that's fun. I'm like, all right, hey, you guys ever try acid?
Yeah, between us and the aliens.
Like, hey, you guys want to try drugs? We do that here.
Yeah, send that kick from a rival.
But it's like, do you think we'll ever have fucking contact in our lifetime? Because I'm thinking in the 50s, that shit was heavy, man. 40s and 50s, a lot of that shit was popping up. But they also had Project fucking MK Ultra going on in this. So I think you got to balance that into that. They were fucking drugging people's water and shit. So I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I think that it's very interesting that there's way more disclosure by the government nowadays in comparison to when I was a kid.
Well, no, you got people that leak it. Like you got fucking Snowden, he'd leak info. I think, didn't he do something UFO related? Or they asked him about it? I don't know what happened. I know they did ask him, you in the government. He
looked for some and couldn't find any or something.
You got to do a real good fucking job behind that shit. I know, like we're transitioning the defense system from floppy disks and shit.
Yeah,
like they modernize it because people don't know how to use that technology anymore. I like it on floppy disks because you can't hack that shit.
Right.
But
yeah,
it is what it is. So probably all those archives and info is probably on fucking floppy disk drives or some shit.
I wish the government at this point with a lot of this stuff would just fucking give full disclosure. Like there's so much of it is just like, why are you still keeping it under wraps? I mean, we just talked about this about the Roswell stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like as long as it's been like they took something from that, some wreckage from there.
Yeah.
Why can't we see it? You know, why
is one of those situations where like, yo, I figured that's big info, like one of those, yo, society is going to change. And I haven't been around that long. Like I think.
Yeah, but Johnny, do you really think society is going to change all that much?
If you know, dude, I think so. Just because you know, there's something out there. There's a mystery that's been solved. Like when you solve a mystery,
said that he fucking would grab him by the pussy. I think aliens were good.
Yeah,
I think we can handle it.
Fucking keep it G too. Like with Trump in office, as much shit as he talks and all the info he gives out and shit, I think he would have leaked something about Area 51 by now, right? He's pretty open about fucking info.
I don't think they would have let that motherfucker know anything about it.
Oh yeah, no. They're like, yeah.
Nope, no aliens, President.
Area 51A.
It's probably Mike Pence and shit. Nobody knows.
And it's some KFC, and they're like, "Here you go, Mr. President. No trip to Area 51 today."
Like, I thought we were gonna go to there. Like,
mashed potato chicken bowl.
He's like, "Hey man, I heard they fucking put a new brick on that wall you built. You want to go check it out, my guy?" It's like, yeah, fuck it.
But
nah, man.
No, I agree. I think if that motherfucker knew anything, he'd say it. He says fucking everything.
But you don't think though, like if let's say they did actually find a Bigfoot in a while, like legit proof, no bullshit, or an alien, you don't think that changed society a little bit?
No.
At all?
I think for a second I think for a hot
I don't know,
fucking
man.
minute, I
Because
think people would freak out. You'd
yeah,
probably have like a day or two where people would freak out, and then everything would be business as usual.
I don't know, man. Because now you're talking about something that's. I figured
Business as usual, dude. Dude, we've all got our iPhones or our fucking Androids. We're fucking, we got our freaking jobs that we do. We just go back to getting up in the morning, having our coffee, checking our phone. It would be fucking business as usual. Guaranteed.
I don't know about that. 'Cause I figured, like, look, if you find out that there's life out there, you're gonna want. I think that humanity as a whole is gonna want to do contact. That's gonna fucking irritate you.
We'll definitely want to know. Like,
I think that changes the game.
I think it definitely changes the game. It changes the direction of things. But as far as like changing people's lives, everything go right back to normal.
I kind of figured like that would unite society as a whole to be like racist against like a whole different kind of race. They need to be human. You have a skinhead and a black guy together, like, well, you're black, but you know what? That's a fucking
lot.
Yeah, probably
take a lot, dude.
Cause like it's crazy to say this shit, but when people, especially Americans, when we have shit to hate together, we're fucking unified. Like when 9/11 happened, as bad as it was, we fucking got a country to hate. I was like, fuck these motherfuckers.
But here's the thing, though. The problem with 9/11 was, if you look back on that, like there was a lot of people who were innocent, friggin' Muslims in this country.
Yeah, they got fucked up.
Got fucking beat. And I mean, there was a lot of shit that happened. Now, there was a lot of good things that happened too. The people did unite, and people came out of their houses and started talking to one another.
That's what I'm saying. I think that you would get something like on that scale, but I
think you would if it was a threat. I think if we found them and we knew that they were a fucking threat, then yes.
No, I think that'd be a different scenario where we assumed, and it was like plausibility they were a threat, which is always going to be the first thing we think. Oh, they're a fucking threat. They're different. That's just the way that shit is. It would probably be where we're so fucking paranoid. Life would definitely change that. You can't fucking go to work thinking, oh, there's some shit coming out from the sky ready to kill your ass.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely.
Game
however, like you got to look at it this way. Like again, is that the threat there already? Or is it coming? It's like that whole thing of.
I don't want to think it's fucking a threat though. Like I want to be open minded about it. You remember the Twilight Zone episode of the monsters that do on Maple Street, where it's like it's a whole town and the aliens fucking with them, just like turning off their lights, and they think it's the Russians, the people in the town, and they fucking turn on each other because there's a bomb shelter they all want to go into. And like all the prejudices and all that shit comes out. And then at the end of the day, the fucking aliens are watching. I was like, yo, they're the real fucking monsters and shit. They like a little bit of fear takes a lot of shit out of people. You see the worst in people. Like sometimes you'll see the best out of them when shit hits the fan. Like if you think they're a threat, I'm 100% sure that it can't be business as usual. You're gonna try to fucking
if people think it's a threat, and there's gonna be some heightened sense of
you definitely gonna get Space Force real fucking quick,
right? Oh yeah. I think the other thing too is, if it's a threat, look at how we've dealt with other threats like World War II, where people just friggin' started giving of everything to be able to friggin' do what needed to be done.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how it would go. I think if it was just, hey, there's aliens out in the universe, I think the next day or a couple days later it'd be business as usual. If they're a threat, they're coming to kill us, or they're here, then I think we're fucked. Like that.
We're definitely fucked if we think they're hostile. Like Matt, what do you have as a defense? Because what do we have? Fucking nuclear weapons. That's the best we have as a fucking race.
We don't have shit.
Yeah, we don't have nothing. So there's an inevitability. Like if they coming to fuck us up, it's an inevitability. Like, oh shit, where's fucking Bill fucking Pullman when you need him and shit?
Yeah. See, I think the deal is though, like, there's a big difference between we think or there probably is other life out there compared to. Yes, there is. We know it for a fact.
Yeah. So you don't.
And like I think a lot of people hide or find comfort in the whole idea, even if they don't think about it, that like, well, there may not be, or they haven't been here. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is the largest probability that they've been here or that they're out there. There's safety in the idea that, but we don't know it for sure, so we're safe. And
That's
if the
true.
government comes out and says, no, we know it for fact.
Yeah.
You know, like we've tried to communicate with them.
Yeah.
Like people are going to flip out.
Yeah.
Maybe it would go back to business as usual a little bit in places like America, but we're talking about globally. Like, how's China going to react?
I think there would be some freak out. I think
it'd have to be. Like, my idea is that I don't think you could go business as usual because it's some shit. Like, let's say you were skeptical about it, now you have proof that the shit's legit out there. Whether it's a threat or not, at that point, I don't know how much you're thinking about this. It's like, yo, how can we get in contact with them? Like, what are they doing?
Well, what's that fucker in North Korea going to do?
Yeah, that's true too.
Oh, fuck it, I'm launching. Like,
how
you don't know how. Yeah. So, I mean, globally, the governments would have to get on the same page before they'd ever announce anything. And
you would
I don't see that happening.
Like, I think it's cliche to say it, but in the movies, they would show like they tell you at the very last fucking minute, the governments. And it's kind of true. You're trying to fucking stop panic. Like, what was that movie where the fucking meteorite killed most of the world and shit? Morgan Freeman was the president. I'm trying to remember what
Deep Impact.
Yeah. Like some shit like that, some event coming around, and it's like fucking mass extinction. I think some people would take aliens fucking coming to the planet as probably mass extinction because everybody's scared of shit they don't know. You assume they're not going to be peaceful. It's not going to be a bunch of fucking ETs coming off that fucking ship. Like,
I think to a certain degree, I think it depends on the situation. I think it depends on, okay, what is it we found?
Yeah.
How far away is it? Are they coming here? Do we know they're coming here? Are they here now? It's
let's say
questions that need to be answered before we can say, okay, this is how people are going to fucking act.
Mm-hmm.
I think there will be some definite freak out. What happened with fucking War of the Worlds with fucking Orson Welles with
fucking greatest radio bit ever.
Yeah. Greatest radio bit ever.
And then Sex for Sam. It was pretty good.
Sex for Sam is probably second. But and if you look at Orson Welles afterwards, he was just like, he reveled in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was like fucking yeah. And it went and these little things that happen, because if you do any research into the Orson Welles War of the Worlds broadcast, not a lot of shit happened.
Yeah. But that's the trick. Like that's the magician's magic. They don't show you shit. They just make you think you did. Right. Like classic horror movies used to do shit where you never saw a fucking kill on screen. They left that shit to your imagination. Your imagination is the worst.
Alien's one of the most very Hitchcock-like.
Yeah.
Where you barely see the alien at all. You do not
the fucking the chainsaw scene in Scarface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never showed anything.
Yeah.
But they kind of showed it against his head. That's as far as it went, but it was implied. Implications.
Yeah.
The razor dildo scene in 7.
Oh shit, yeah.
Never show a fucking thing. All they do is describe the guy. They show the guy shaking and describing what happened.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just, oh god, I remember seeing that in the movie, and my skin crawling as he was like, and he made me fuck her.
Yeah, that guy's a great fucking actor, man. He did a lot of character work back in the day.
Yeah.
So my question for you, Chris, would be this: like, let's say maybe we don't get any hard evidence other than the government comes out like, all right, the Roswell shit was real. So they've been here. So I think shit changes because then like the guy saying they got fucking, they were picked up and probed or whatever. They was on a ship. You got to give them some fucking weight, right? So that kind of changes society a bit.
Yeah. Like I said, if it depends on how it comes about.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the circumstances, and it depends on if they're, like I said, if they're here. What the intentions are. Do we know the intentions? Can we really know the intentions? But I think definitely shit's gonna go down.
I can tell you this much. It will be all dependent on how the internet spins it.
Yeah.
And like people, like the scientists and the calm-headed and the rational people might be like, well, this is the information we have. There's no reason to get worked up. But then the majority of society is going to be like, I saw Independence Day.
Yeah.
You know, like, what alien movie aren't they here to fuck us up?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what they're going to use as their logic. And that people look for reasons to freak out.
Oh, yeah. No, I think there will be some type of a freak out, but I think it will be dependent upon the situation. And I think for the most part, like if it's just a mundane thing, like if it's just okay, they're out there, they're there.
Yeah.
I think people will freak out for a couple of days or a week or whatever, and then everything will go back to, you know, whatever.
I don't know, man. That's
situation where they're here,
yeah.
and that they're tangible to us.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think it's a different story. Then I think the freak out will be. I think there'll be fucking riots. You know, in some places.
Like, what if the government, like, it was a part of the evidence that came out, like the Roswell shit, like, oh shit, the government legit lied to us. You have it on fucking wax.
Fucking lie to us all the fucking time, dude.
I know that, but you know that you have fucking like hardcore fucking Stan Smith motherfuckers out there saying, like, oh, America don't lie to us. Fucking Kennedy died, one bullet, one dude, that's it. That's game.
Yeah,
there's people out there.
I think that I think as far as that goes,
there's
like
consequences to this shit too.
That stuff people take with a grain of salt every time it fucking happens.
That's
like,
true.
They come out with some new thing, and then it is what it is. I think at the end of the day, we're a resilient race, you know. And if we're ever going to, you know, go beyond it, we're never gonna fucking get beyond this fucking being all divided on this fucking planet.
I don't know. I think aliens change that.
Well, maybe.
I think so.
But I mean, to help ourselves as a people on this fucking planet, like the way things are right now, you know, they're over there, you're over there, you're over there, you do your thing, and everybody's so divided, and then you got people who are divided on fucking color and fucking religion and bullshit. It's horseshit.
But I definitely don't agree with you. But I think if you know something's out there, I think that's a unifying factor. Because if anything, let's say human people are gonna take that shit as a threat, no matter what the fuck it is. Because it's been a long.
I agree with you. It could be. I think that is the, you know, that's like the whole idea behind Watchmen. You know, the comic book, the movie is, you know, that this outside this outside force that makes us all like forget about the fact that we're fighting one another.
Yeah.
You know, it's the big lie.
Yeah.
In that it's the big lie, but in this it would be like the thing, and it's possible. It's completely possible. I'd like to be hopeful that human beings could do it on their own.
Shit,
I don't fucking think so.
Been on the internet lately, man. I don't know. You got kids snorting condoms and shit.
God, the internet's a fucking cesspool, dude.
No, because the thing with the alien shit too is like, I think that would test our metal to see how, because we haven't been the bottom of the food chain since we learned how to use fire and shit. This has been a long fucking time.
Yeah, well, I mean, those things depend too. You know, you stick yourself out in the middle of the woods without anything.
Yeah,
you know, more than likely, something
shit out of luck. Yeah, true. Shit out of luck.
You know, you're without technology. Most people, are going to fail.
That is very true.
You know, we're not without our fucking tools. We're pretty fucking useless.
It's true.
You know, but I would like to see humanity get beyond this and get past all this bullshit. Fuck, it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's stupid. Everybody should kick back, smoke a joint.
Yeah, relax. That'd be nice. Like, I'm a big fan of not having a 40-day work week, like a 3-day work week, 4 days off. These 2-day shits, I think the Egyptians gave it to the Jews when they were slaves, or like a day of rest. It's some crazy shit. It's like, dude, like we should have.
Well, the science against the 40-hour work week is pretty solid.
Yeah,
I mean, there's been places that have gone to it, and the if I can fucking talk tonight, production of the workers goes up, their happiness goes up. And I think that that the idea that you need to work yourself to the bone is stupid.
It's horrible.
I mean, we work until we're fucking
useless. We're useless. You can't do shit. And then at 65, guess what? I had a friend. He was a clinical engineer at the hospital when I worked there. Fucking cool dude. He fucking survived some wars. And he was just an engineer. Smart motherfucker. He worked, I think, for the company for about 25, maybe 30 years. He died within 6 months of retirement. Didn't know what to do with his life.
I got one better for you. Guy my father worked with. My father used to work at the hospital here in Portland.
Okay.
And the guy was the electrician for the whole hospital. Lead electrician for the whole hospital.
Yeah.
For years. Used to live across the street from me. I lived across the street from this guy for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And he retired with a full friggin', I mean, he had all the retirement benefits, didn't have to worry about a fucking thing. He was dead 3 weeks later from a heart attack.
It happens, man. Like the human body needs shit to do, especially if your body's constructed to just. We're robots at the end of the day for some shit. We might have different shit to do.
I think in some of those cases, I think it's just shit luck.
I don't know, man. There's something to that because, like, yo,
in some cases, yes, there is something to that.
There's a routine to it. Yeah,
there's doing it. You're not used to it. You know, the same thing happens with a lot of married couples that have been married for long periods of time.
Yeah,
you know, one goes, the other one goes not long after.
Yeah, man.
My grandparents, my grandfather went. My grandmother was about a year later.
Damn. Yeah, that's a thing, man. It's the routine of it. The monotony of life gets you sometimes, man.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely like a fan of not having a 40-day week or like fitting it into 4 days so you have 3 days off. Because guess what? Like I work in a fucking.
You don't go to a 40-day week.
No, not 40-day week. Fucking, you work 4 days, you get 3 days off. I think it works for everybody because
I used to do that.
Yeah.
When I got out of high school, I used to work third shift at Walmart.
Oh shit.
And I worked. They gave us the option at one point of a 4-day work week, and they took it away not long after, actually. But and then I had it again when I worked at Coca-Cola years later. I liked having it, but it was hard because if you're working the 10-hour shift, especially if you're doing a lot of manual labor.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of manual labor. You get done with that 10-hour shift, you're dead. You go home, you maybe eat, maybe watch a little bit of TV, whatever. You go to bed. You get up the next morning, you do the 10-hour shift again, or more if you're putting in overtime.
Yeah,
you know. So then your first day off, you literally take to recover.
Yeah.
So even though you've got 3 days off, it's kind of like you only have 2.
That works better than just having the one now, though.
Right. But the thing is, like that when you're doing like manual labor like that.
Yeah,
killing your fucking body. You know that it's those are the people that really need the less of a work week.
Yeah,
because they're but even the people that are sitting behind desks.
Yeah, no, they need it too. Definitely.
Yeah, they should not.
Mental thing.
We weren't designed for that shit.
Like that's why obesity is a fucking thing. Like back in the day, you had to go out, kill your food.
Oh yeah,
fucking bring it back. Yeah, you couldn't just fucking kill your food, sit on the couch, and just chill. Like, yo, I gotta go kill something else because food's gonna go bad in a certain amount of days, or an animal's gonna come and fucking pick it apart.
Yeah.
The shit with me though, like I work at a school in the summer school. We work 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Right. But like you were saying about as far as the manual labor part goes, I feel like it can work in your benefit. Like let's say you work four times a week, Monday to Thursday, right? You have 3 shifts of 8 hours. So not only do you work a regular shift, but then you have 2 other guys that have jobs now. So everybody eats. And then like you have parents at home. Like I think the problem with kids nowadays, cause I see it a lot in high schools, is the parents don't have time.
Oh yeah.
Like my mom was a single mom and shit when we were growing up, but she always found some time to like take some trips and shit. Parents can't do that now. The American worker is, if it ain't first, it's second, and fucking amount of days, vacation days not fucking used.
Oh yeah,
It's
I know
bad,
so many
dude.
people that have prided themselves on not using their paid time off.
Yeah, I'm not a sucker. I use that shit as much as I can. Man.
What? No,
I
no, no.
use,
You take all that shit.
yeah, man.
More. I was just talking with my one of my cousin's kids, and he just got a new job.
Yeah.
And he bettered himself. Like he got a raise, a hell of a raise, and just better everything.
Mhm.
And I told him, I said, you walk in there, I'm like, you do not take that job unless you walk in there with the same amount of paid time off as you have at the job you're at now. I mean, that it makes no sense for you to walk into that job without the same amount of paid time off. Because you're going to lose that. You'll hate yourself if you lose it.
Yeah.
And I learned that from a long time ago from somebody. They were like, listen, you go to another job, you negotiate, you've got to, and always do it when you have a job.
Yeah.
So that way you don't have to worry. You've got something to fall back on and you can negotiate. It's not an interview. It's a negotiation.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I think, especially like in the point of using the fucking time you get, I think raising kids now is different too. Cause kid, like my grandfather worked, he was a butcher for fucking 40 years of his life, worked his ass off, gave my aunts and my mom everything they needed, but there was always a resentment that he wasn't fucking there. And I kind of remember that shit. Like, I want, like my wife knows I work my ass off. I do the best I can, but to her, like a big thing is time. Like out in Ecuador, where she's at now, minimum wage for a fucking month of work is $360 for a month.
Yeah, that's
and it's manual labor shit. Like you got like leathers apprentice and mechanics, old school fucking jobs, hard jobs. But come fucking Saturday after 3 to Sunday, it's all family time. Like at night too, you make sure you home to have dinner with your family. They don't give a fuck what time you get home. They wait. They're still family. Like you don't have that shit nowadays, man.
Yeah,
like as hard as we fuck,
and a lot of your I know in a lot of your Hispanic cultures, family's big.
Yeah, no,
it's very, very big.
And I feel like it's not as big as it used to be here in America. I think it's the work week, man. Like
it's not just the work week. It's the culture we've created. It's not just the work week. It's
like in what way? Like just the entertainment options we have and shit.
I think a lot of it has to do with just the society that we've created. It isn't just the work week. I think it's the idea that if you don't have a respectable job. That's my favorite one. If you don't have a respectable job, you're not a good member of society. Then
fuck that shit. I just need to pay my bills.
right. But I just think that there's a lot of it that has it's chipped away at the old family dynamic. Because you're right. I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We all got together one side of my family, we get together every Sunday.
Yeah.
And the other side, I used to see him at least once a week. We'd go over and have like dinner over there or whatever. And we would all get together for like the 4th of July. I would see everybody for Christmas. And then over the years, it just dwindled.
Yeah, that happens, man. It sucks.
And now it's like I get together with my kids.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's that older generation that's rapidly disappearing because like, I was raised by my great grandparents, which is like virtually unheard of, for people to have their great grandparents still around. But I was fortunate; it worked out. And like, as a family, we would get together for every holiday. And then as soon as they died, it stopped.
Yeah, that's fucked up to hear, but it's true.
On one side of my family, that after my grandparents passed away, we were like, we all still want to get together. Like we made a point to, like that's what we do every Christmas. We still, at least on Christmas, we all get together.
Yeah.
But it's not like it used to be. Like,
no, definitely not.
It's hard. And the other thing that's hard, and what does make it hard, is that work week.
Yeah.
Is the amount of time that you have to put in. Is because I have people in my family who are very work oriented. They're fucking workaholics.
Get their job.
Yeah.
But do you think that I know I always bring this up, but do you think communication technology, the internet has something to do with it too?
Oh yeah.
Because instead of like, well, I haven't seen these relatives since Christmas. Now you're talking to them on Facebook every fucking day and seeing pictures of the kids and everything else.
Good point. That's fair.
Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with it.
So people don't find the necessity to get together, It's like, the whole like distance makes the heart grow fonder or whatever. We don't have that anymore.
It used to be that making a phone call to somebody was a big deal. You remember when long you fucking get off the phone now, Matt.
Yeah.
We've been on here for 30 minutes. I gotta go.
No, I remember I used to have to buy a phone call. Like me and my wife joke about it because she lives in Ecuador. I live here. We make it work though.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, baby, like, you think we would work if I had to write you fucking notes? Because my grandparents used to write notes to each other and shit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, yo, we had a because sometimes we'll have a miscommunication on WhatsApp and we'll argue about it, but it'll be present. Like, yo, I couldn't imagine writing you a note that you took the wrong way and have to wait 2 weeks for a response. It's like a 3
just to find out you're pissed off.
You're like, oh, shit, is that why you didn't put a comma there? Some crazy shit.
Yeah, we've been arguing for 2 weeks and I didn't even know that shit.
Are you working on getting her here?
Yeah, man. Hopefully, no jinx. Actually, you guys get the scoop on High Society Radio on this one. I got to go see the lawyer Black Friday to do round 2 of the paperwork, showing that I could support them and everything. So that's gonna go good. She's a little nervous about having to go to the consulate over there to get the interview because she's very shy and shit. But like, yo, you're gonna do fine. I wouldn't be nervous. It's only the biggest interview of your life. Right. You'll be fine. Don't fucking stress it.
It's always less as fucking bad as you think it is.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Our future completely depends on it. But other than that, it's no big deal.
I was like, make sure you bring a stick of deodorant just in case. Don't wear white.
Never let them see you sweat.
Yeah, no, I hope everything works out for you, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, man.
How long has this process taken you?
I started paperwork originally. I started it last year because we got married on the 20th of December. So I had to do the marriage first. I wanted to do it over here because she didn't have family and she has a hard life. I said, fuck it, let's get married over there. So official paperwork to start here, I started it in March. So it's coming along. It's just like I just have to wait back. But I can't complain about the system because it's better than paying $25,000 for fucking Coyote to bring him here. That shit is there. I get the one. Like if this shit didn't work out, that'd probably be the next route. Because you like at a point, like we make it work, but this time shit, I get home and I'm like, fuck, I wish I had my wife here. Wake up Sunday, it's like shit. Like, you know, you're married and you love each other and everybody's honest, but it's not the same like compared to having them there with you.
Yeah.
And I love my stepson. He's a good boy. He's gay, but I love that boy.
Yeah.
He's 6, but you can kind of tell when the kid's a little different, which is fine. It's like
I used to work with a guy when I painted.
Yeah.
His son was like in his 20s at that point in college, and he was like, yeah, my son's gay. He's like, I knew fucking right away. Yeah. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, it was so apparent when he was really young, and he's like, it pissed me off. He told me this too. He's like, it pissed me off that my fucking ex-wife tried to fucking get him a hooker.
Oh wow.
Her and like I guess his stepfather like tried to do that bullshit, and it's like, you fucking asshole.
Like some fucking conversion therapy or
something? Like
they could just it's like really like and I mean it's funny, like I talked to my son once. I was like trying to like broach the question, not that I give a fuck, but I was just like, sitting here next to him like, hey man, and he's like, no, Dad. He's like, I have a couple of bi friends, guy friends who are bisexual. He's like, but I'm straight, and I'm
that's a thing too now. Like in the high school, we have like now boys are gender fluid. Everybody's gender fluid and shit. Now you got kids fucking posting videos of like boys giving them a blowjob in the stick, and like, all right, that's something I got to interrupt now. Like, excuse me, guys.
Yeah.
You guys ain't fucking talking about fantasy football, it looks like, so y'all gotta get out this fucking stick. Yeah. It's all right, like ain't my business, but it kind of is, so get the fuck out the staircase.
Yeah, and my son says like he'll go into the bathroom, and the thing now is like back when I was in school, you smoked in the bathroom.
Yeah, well, they smoke a sun in there. It's just
you found the vent with the bathroom with the vent.
Yeah.
You fucking went in there to smoke. Now they go in there with those fucking jewels and the fucking to fucking
smoking all kinds of shit in the back.
Oh yeah,
man.
It's funny. My son one day he's like, yeah, Dad. He's like, I got one kid that sits next to me in fucking the first class of the day. He's like, reeks of fucking weed.
Yeah, man. We deal with that shit all the time. Like the kids know already. Like I don't gotta smell you. I look at your eyes like you gotta go. It's like, oh, you picking on? Like you want to say that shit closer to me?
Oh, dude. When I was in high school, I used to show up to school every day, racked.
Same.
Every day. And I had a teacher in high school, Mr. Ogg, and he was great. He was an old stoner from back in the day, so like he knew.
Yeah,
but he wasn't gonna put up with your shit though. Like if you came into his class fucked up, like, and he knew it. So one day he fucking comes. We're talking about friggin' weed. I'm right fucking wrecked out of my mind.
Nice.
We're talking about the benefits of marijuana, like me and like 3 of these other kids in the corner. And he comes over and he sits on my desk and he goes, yeah, it's good for all kinds of things. It's good for, glaucoma. It's good for, it helps your eyes. And, it's also helps cancer patients. He's like, and gives you the munchies too. Right, Chris? I looked up at him and he's like, get to the fucking office.
Yeah.
Just go.
No, what sucks about the job is because I know the kids that I actually, I think I told this story in there once. I showed up to work high one time. I did some shit after the Thursday night show, woke up next morning, felt fine. And they didn't hit me till I got off the train, walking up the hill to work. Ooh. And the kid's like, yo, Mr. J, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, yo, we're going to bring you some cereal. So one of the fucking other deans that doesn't get along with me because he's the hard ass, I'm real light. I'm not trying to fuck up a kid's day. You're a teenager. You're going to fuck up, But he's like, he ran, fucking told my boss. My boss knocks him off his door. He's like, are you high? I was like, I can't lie to you, man. Nah, I'm not high. He's like, you're fucking high. Go home, dude. I was like, shit. So I found out he couldn't fire me because in that case, I would have to get treatment before any of that happened. He would have to offer me treatment for that shit.
Right.
But then after that, I felt like I didn't give a fuck at the time. And like, I remember the kids in the hallway clapping while I was stumbling down the stairs. Like, well, this is good. But I got home and I was like, yo, I can't be doing this shit. Like, and when we have kids with like drug shit, unless it's like really bad, because kids do other shit now, and you got to talk to them. But if it's like light shit like weed, and it's like, I'm not gonna fucking sit in a chair backwards and shit like, hey guy, let me talk to you about some drugs right now. Yeah. It's just like, look, man, you got to be more respectful about yourself. Like whatever you do outside the building when you're not here, not my business. Yeah. And here though, get ready to rock, son.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be that dude in your 30s. Like, why the fuck did I do this? And I have that conversation with my friends all the time. Like, yo, we would have taken this shit a little bit more serious. What would we fucking done? And like, you're there with those kids. Look, I'm telling you right now, you guys see me at work. I hate this shit. So just do the fucking best you can with what you got. Have your good time with your friends when you're out of here. And just, enjoy yourselves. I don't want to be that hard ass dean either. It's like, oh, this motherfucker's coming. Because guess what? The more you yell at people, the less that shit works. You're just a nag at that point.
Oh yeah.
The kids know I'm pissed if I start punching a wall or yelling. And you very rarely see that shit.
I try to, like, with my son, like, and I got it pretty made with my kid. Like, he's got
that's great.
The thing that my kid has is principle. Like, he has principles. Like, I've told this story on the show. We went to a wedding recently for my cousin's daughter, and at the wedding, my son's 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And at the wedding, my cousin Greg comes up. My cousin Greg hadn't seen my son since he was like a baby. And he starts talking to him and he's having a good time and he's got half a beer in his hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, looks at my son because he knows I'm going to be like completely okay with it. Like my cousin, him and I, we grew up, we were like brothers. Yeah. And he looks at my son and he goes, I'll give you $20 right now. You drink this whole. And like my aunt comes over and she's like, I'll throw $5 on that. And like somebody else goes, like, and my son looks at everybody and he's like, no, I'm good.
All right.
Like me at that age, I'd have grabbed that fucking beer and downed it.
Same.
And took in all the money.
Yeah.
And then gone and bought some weed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But my son is like, no, I'm good. And we're all just like, dude, there's like $30 on the table here.
Yeah. I think it checks out to you also when you have your kids, you always want them to do better and be better than you were.
Yeah. And
that's it. I think that's the thing too.
And I mean, like I've sat here before because I smoke weed.
Yeah.
And he's known it for a long time. I kept it from him for a while, and then when he was quite a bit younger, I told him because I hated lying to him.
No, yeah, that's the worst because then you look worse off when they find out shit.
Right, because he was always
I was a virgin when I met your mother. Like, don't fucking bullshit the kid.
And because he'd come in and he'd be like, "Dad, what's that stuff?" And I'd be like, I'd make shit up. Yeah. And finally, I was just like, yeah. Well, now he'll be sitting here and I'll be like, "Hey, you want a dab hit?" And he'll just fucking laugh at me. Like I'll just be like, ah. And one night was sitting here, he's like, "Dad, you have no idea how many of my friends would love to have you as their father." Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but Odin, what you don't get is I say that to you because I know that you will say no.
Yeah. That's like a comfort to know.
Right. And that kid has so much more principle than I had when I was his age.
Yeah.
And I respect that. And I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, no, but that's a part of you too. That shows the job you've done with him because you're honest with your kid. I think that's a big thing, man. Like, as long as you're honest with your kid, you can have any conversation with them and they'll come to you with shit.
Yeah.
I told my son, if you ever do some shit where you get in trouble, you call me, man, we'll fucking go dump a body. I don't give a fuck. You always do most of the legwork. Like I like, don't fuck around or be home before the hammerman gets your ass.
Yeah, the hammerman. On that note, we've been doing this for 2 hours, Johnny. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me. It's fucking awesome time here with you guys.
Really appreciate it. I love High Society Radio. I don't catch it as often as I'd like to, but I usually get caught up.
All right, thanks, man.
It's in my what's the app? The fucking podcast app. Shit, Stitcher,
cool, man. We're also on Spotify. We're on at 8 p.m. Thursday nights. So you just go to gasdigitalnetwork.com and use promo code High Society Radio or HSR, and you get
that you see on the screen there. If you want to catch Johnny live, I'd read that all out to you, but
it's a lot of shit. It's very wordy.
a lot of shit. So if you're listening, if you're watching on YouTube, the link is on the screen. I also have put it in the description.
Thanks, man.
Underneath the show. Go check out Johnny on High Society Radio. Him and Chris Stanley and Chris from Brooklyn. Just a fucking great show. Those guys crack me up. Stanley, man, he is funnier than he fucking knows.
Yeah, I know. He won't tell you shit. They're like, yeah, all right, thanks. It's like, don't be addicted.
Yeah, I listening to him on Bennington, especially nowadays compared to the days when he was first on the show. Mm-hmm. What a funny motherfucker.
Yeah, he's fucking great at what he does. He won't ever tell you that, but that's the kind of guy he is.
Yeah, and he's very, very humble.
Fucking Chris too. BK Chris is fucking killer. He's good. He's the one that holds the show together. He does all the production work and shit with our producers. He talks to everybody. He's great.
Wasn't he the one that got you guys hooked up with Gomez?
Yeah, he hooked us up. He grew up with Dave, and they liked what we were doing, but we didn't have any way to reach out to them. It's always weird, like you said, it's tough to reach out to people.
Yeah,
that was one of those. But then he had the connection, and it worked out for everybody.
Well, I remember when you guys got on there, and you guys were really excited when you get on to Gas Digital.
Yeah, we still are, man. It's a fun place to fucking work. It's nice to be somewhere where no matter what, they're gonna have your back. Unless you're a kid fucker, they got your back. So you're gonna be cool.
Those guys are awesome. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming on. This has been episode 110 of the Fortean Slip, Bronx Johnny versus the Megalodon. If you like this shit, hit the little thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. Leave a comment, subscribe. Check out our good friend Matt Knapp at youtube.com/bigfootcrossroads and Cryptid Tales. Check us out on Anchor at anchor.fm/the Fortean Slip. This show will be up later this evening. Check out Richard's comic strip, Bigfootin' with Keith and Colin, on Facebook. As always, check out Parabreakdown at youtube.com/Parabreakdown, and our good friend Dred Funn at dredfunn.com and youtube.com/Dred Funn. We will be back next week with another episode of some type of horrid bullshit. Until then, see ya!